Odd is cool, as odd adds personality, and the King Seiko Vanac line is all kinds of oddly cool. Let's check out the latest, the King Seiko Vanac SLA093 and SLA095. Seiko's catalog is as wide as it is deep, and for us it's often a surprise when new collections are launched, as it can be pretty much anything. One of the most welcome things to happen in the past couple of years was the return of the King Seiko name in 2020 with the SLA093. At one point in time, King Seiko was part of an internal rivalry with Grand Seiko, mainly in the pursuit of precision. The King Seiko name, however, disappeared in the mid-1970s, but it's remembered for pushing the brand to new heights and thus is an important chapter in the brand's history. Another chapter in Seiko's illustrious past that highlights the 1970s is a rather free-spirited design ethos. And Seiko wasn't alone, as across the globe many brands experimented with design and materials in a big way. This culminated in a collection called Vanac, which launched in 1972 and was in production until the mid-1970s as well. It was a radical departure from the mostly classical style Seiko was known for back then, and brought bright colors and innovative shapes and designs to the table. The results were edgy, multifaceted cases and crystals, gradient and colorful dials and blocky hour markers all around. And although the collection was relatively short-lived, it still found a very strong fan base and even today remains an intricate part of Seiko's heritage. The new Vanac design, introduced last year with a series of 5 watches on the bracelet, including this one, is not a straight-up revival of a historic model, but more a historically inspired design language. It channels the Vanac spirit without simply copying a Vanac design. And to be honest, I really think that is a good thing. It offers something fresh, something different, something original, and with all that said, let's get into the details. The strongly faceted stainless steel case comes in at 41mm across and 14.3mm in height. And it sounds large, but if you consider the luckless design, it wears smaller than you might think, which the 45.1mm lug-to-lug size only confirms. The height is a bit much to be honest, as it even outshines some of Seiko's beefier dive watches. Regardless, the faceted design feels balanced, with large polished sections on the top surfaces and brushing on the flanks. It's a watch with a unique presence on the wrist, which feels oddly vintage and modern at the same time, and it will appeal to many, but not all. The tall, box-shaped sapphire crystal on top, a sturdy recessed crown and a bowl-shaped caseback with see-through crystal finish the exterior off. It feels solid, rock solid actually, as they have quite a bit of heft as well. The Vanac weighs in at 105 grams on the leather strap, but a solid 195 grams on a full metal bracelet to put things in perspective. As with many Seiko dials, there's a ton of detail to be discovered, which you might miss at first glance. Inspired by the bustling city of Tokyo, each one is decorated with distinct horizontal grooves. Finished in brown or green, taken from the forest surrounding the heart of the city, they become alive thanks to the raised chapter ring with yet more grooves, and the simple circular bevel on the inside, and the dodecagonal or 12-sided bevel on the outside. See? It's odd, but it's good. The Lumi-bright hour markers are mixed with vertical grooves in between, and at 12 o'clock the index is larger, applied and with a V-shaped gold-colored outline. At 3 the date window is framed and beveled and also finished in gold to match up. And the hands follow suit with a gold base and Lumi-bright inserts once more. The central seconds hand only has a luminous tip but stands out thanks to the V-shaped open-worked counterweight. A distinct touch reminding you this is not your average Seiko. The entire Vanac collection, so far at least, uses the caliber 8L45, which is derived from the Grand Seiko caliber GS9S65. And this automatic movement runs at a frequency of 4 Hz or 28,800 VPH. The 72-hour power reserve is very welcome, and it is regulated to run at a max deviation of +10 to -5 seconds per day. In general, the 8L45 can be considered a toned-down version of the 9S65. A bit less accurate, a bit less decorated, but still a solid, reliable movement that does its job perfectly fine. You get a good view of the movement through the caseback, revealing the detailed finishing. The signed rotor, as well as the main plate and bridges, show broad stripes, polished screws and components, and crisp, black infilled engravings. A neat little detail is the King Seiko shield on the inside of the crystal. It's hardly visible and only shows up under specific angles and light. The King Seiko Vanac SLA093 and SLA095 are part of the permanent collection and come on either a brown or black leather strap. It's an unexpected departure from the all-steel series that relaunched the Vanac name last year, but a very nice one. The taper of the strap is quite pronounced as they run down from about 27mm at the case to 19.5mm at the folding clasp. And all in all, it's a very good look, but I can understand if some would prefer it on a bracelet. Just like the original series was designed after all. Nevertheless, the leather strap tones down the Vanac into something a bit more everyday, if you will, a bit less outspoken despite being no less edgy. The price for either of the two is €3,300, which puts them on the top end of Seiko's very broad spectrum of watches. And for what it's worth, it feels justified given the movement and appeal of the watches. Personally, I have grown to like these two new Vanac models and have a soft spot for the green dial. Its dark tone shifts to black in some angles and becomes alive and rich in others, which I just love in watches, and it's pretty sweet. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe to not miss any future videos, and I will see you again very soon.